From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
I'm one, ready?
Here's Burrow to throw right away. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11. 12.
1st and 10. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
On 3rd down, Burrow. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Browns drive about to get started. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st and 10, Watson over the middle. That's caught by Schwartz. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. His throw incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
And he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. From the gun, here's Watson. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with career touchdown number 60. And the Browns have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive the last into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Here we go.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Stop.
Now Edwards-Helaire knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
11.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
11, Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Hines now on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
11, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate.
Burrow looking to pass. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
Now Watson. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
On 2.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a first down throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw once more on second and 10. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll start with the option.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Here we go, here we go. 12.
From the 30 on second down. Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Burrow. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Burrow will throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Watson. This one caught by Isabella. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take, catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
23 yards on the play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And a ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score.
On one, right?
So still 14 yards to go. Second down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
First down. Here's Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
11.
Now it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. 11 yards for number 11.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Watson. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
11, 11, 11. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first.